Hey, what is up everybody? It's Damron. We're on part 3 of our Far Cry 2 complete collectible and achievement guide. We went over everything we're doing in the first part, but we are basically covering every collectible and everything in this game so you can get all the achievements in one playthrough. We're on part 3 now, which brings us to the northeastern section of Leboa-Sako, which is the northern region of the game. So if you're following along with me, you probably went east from the northern section across those railroad tracks, and now we're on to the northeastern sector of Leboa-Sako. So here we are. So now you can see in this section of the game, I am, just north of Goka Falls on the kind of western side of the map here, and you can see I'm about halfway in between of that cliff edge that's on the left side of the map. That's kind of where we're going to start in this area to get our first diamond briefcase. So if you're in that section and you look kind of up to the right, you'll see there's basically a cliff edge that you could get on, and if you look over there you'll see a small shack, but you can't actually get up there, so you're gonna have to go where I was on the map. And if you look up to the cliff edge, you'll see this small hill that you can actually walk up, and from that just get a sprinting start and kind of jump around. Now you can't get any footing on the cliff edge that I was just sliding down, so from where I was, I sprint and I jump and I just kind of smash A, and as long as you kind of get enough speed, by the time you make it around that edge, you should land on this ledge where the diamond briefcase is located on that crate. So from that, we're gonna head south now into Goka Falls itself. So you can see we're gonna go all the way down to the edge of that, where that river stops, and that's gonna take you to Goka Falls, which is a waterfall. And when you get back here, you're gonna actually have to kind of be up on the ledge of the left side. So there's the waterfall right there. So we're gonna hop out of the water, and you'll be able to walk up on some land here on the left-hand side. And when you're, when you're here, now you'll be able to use this fallen tree to cross over the river and get to the other side, which this little path back here will allow us to get behind the waterfall, where we'll find our next diamond briefcase sitting on a wooden crate here. All right, from that diamond briefcase, now we're going to make our way back up to the road. We're going to get our first guard post here. Again, clear these out and unlock them. Again, there's no achievement for the guard post, but we'll be getting these as we play. And from that guard post, we're going to head north. Okay, so we're going north of the guard post, and you can see we're at the edge of that railroad that kind of enters the northern portion of this map. And if you go all the way up there, you should see this small shack and a little awning and a couple flipped over and destroyed cars. Right in front of those destroyed cars on a wooden bench is our next Jackal Tape.
Why arms?
From that Jackal Tape, now we're going to head east a little bit to kind of the open desert. So we've just gone east just slightly from the edge of those railroad tracks, and you're looking for this kind of rock formation right here. It's right where I was on the map. It's easy to notice, but on the northern side of those rock, that's rock formation, is our next diamond briefcase next to a shovel. From that, we're going to go to our first of 2 safe houses in this region. So it's just southeast of where we were. Again, the safe houses are always already going to be shown on your map, so you do need to go to these and kill all the enemies and unlock the safe house. And as I mentioned in previous videos, anytime I get to a safe house, I highly recommend you go ahead and save it. That way, if you die after getting a collectible, you don't have to recollect that, especially here, because the next one that we're going to get has a high risk of death. Okay, so we're going to save, and then we're going to come down to the fort, and you can see I'm on the eastern side of the fort. I'm not in the fort itself, but you can see this path that kind of leads up to the fort on the eastern side. So this has a zoomed in view of the area, so you can see I'm on the east side. And before I actually go into the fort, I'm just going to turn around, and you should see this rock sloping up, and this rock that's sloping up will allow you to jump across the gap to another rock that's on the other side. But there is a gap in the middle, so you need to sprint and run to be able to get over here. If you don't make this jump, if you fall, you will die. So again, I highly recommend you save prior to getting this, so you don't have to recollect some of the other collectibles that we already got. But once you get up onto that path on the other side, now just follow that down, and you'll be able to eventually find this ledge here with a small shack next to a tree. Inside that shack on a desk is our next diamond briefcase. Not a desk, I guess it's a crate. All right, for East's sake, we're going to be going back into the eastern portion of the fort to show you where the diamond is in the fort itself. So again, this is right where we were, just were, and we kind of went up this slope here to go and get that other one. So coming into the fort from the east side, again, there's a bunch of enemies in here. I've already cleared them out, but once you enter, essentially on the top level of the fort, just kind of go around that central portion, and now you can see we're in the southeastern section of the fort if you're looking at the map. And when you're on the inside of the fort, you'll find this kind of alcove that's boarded up. Take out those boards with your machete to get our next diamond briefcase. All right, so from that, now we're gonna head all the way to the northeastern portion of northeast Leboa-Sako, all the way up to the Oasis, which also has its own kind of higher power map. So if you're looking at that, you can see I'm on the east side of the water formation. Okay, so that's the water over there. And if you look to the east of the water at the Oasis, you'll see this very noticeable tree. You can't miss it. It's the only tree that looks like this in this area. And at the foot of that tree, next to a shovel, is our next diamond briefcase. Moving south, you can see we've gone south all the way back town to the main road here, in between the guard post and the bus stop right in the middle. So that's the main road right there. And in between those two kind of points of reference, you'll find this small shack that's kind of off the main road. This isn't, hidden or anything. It's right off the main road. So go in there and grab our next diamond briefcase off this table. From that diamond briefcase, go ahead and continue west to our next guard post. Obviously, you'll be able to clear out the enemies here and, successfully unlock that. But again, it's not tied to any achievements, but this is an explosive area that you can get resupplies. Now, the next diamond briefcase I'm going to show you from that particular guard post. If you're at that guard post and you kind of turn and look back to the north, you're going to be able to kind of follow this path up here. So from the guard post looking north, again, you're going to see that hill kind of on the left-hand side. And if you just take that path, you'll follow it along. Eventually you'll kind of go around a corner and down a crevice. It's not too long. You gotta sped it up a little bit, but eventually you're gonna come to this burned out car, and our next diamond briefcase will be sitting on the trunk here. All right, moving on, now we're heading all the way to the southeastern section of this portion of the game. So if you look down at the southeast, you can see my marker there that's on a central island that's at the edge of a river. So it's kind of a lake that's formed right there, and there's a central island. So that's where I am. And on that central island is a large building. You're not going to be able to miss it, not difficult to find. Just go where I was, and you'll see this large building. Go inside there, and we'll find our next diamond briefcase sitting on some crates here. From that diamond briefcase, we're just going to kind of continue west. You saw it on the map. We were right beside it, but just west of that diamond briefcase is our next guard post, which is a health guard post. So go ahead and take that out, unlock that. Now you'll know you can always get health supplies there, and we'll continue west along the path that's going from there for our next safe house. And you can see that, again, this will be on your map, but as always, make sure you're saving. That's actually the last kind of thing we need to collect in this area. It's kind of a smaller area in the sense of collectibles compared to the others. So hopefully we bang that one out, and we're going to be moving on. So that's it for all of northeast Leboa-Sako. In the next video, we're going to be covering the eastern section of Leboa-Sako. So we're going to head south from where we were, and hopefully I'll see you in part 4 of our collectible guide.